All right, guys. How is it going tonight? My name is Francis, aka Francis.
I'm Dom, not Mysterio.
And I'm Scott.
And this is The Push, the only wrestling streamcast that was forged in the heart of a dying star. Now, unfortunately, as anyone with eyes can tell you tonight, we are down a man. Our brother in arms, the brave and noble captain, is off doing his own thing right now. We love
AKA
you,
work.
brother. Yeah, work. I
He
know,
has
right?
work.
He has work. He has work. We will carry on in his stead until he makes his triumphant return. Brother, we love you. We're going to fight the fight in your name. And I'm going to do that by taking your position. And I'm wearing a cap. Like your name, bro. So already we're off to a good start. So then.
An idiot.
But I'm your idiot. So seeing as how
Unfortunately.
Seeing as how it's going to be a triple threat takeover tonight, I was originally going to go with three-man power trip. I feel like Scott would like that one better. That's probably going to mean it's going to be a shorter episode, so let's not waste any more time. Mr. Bash, the floor recognizes you. We believe you have several topics for us, my friend.
Oh, boy. The only one who did their homework, ladies and gentlemen.
I did homework.
Listen,
All
I'm
right.
just a color commentator. I'm just here.
No, Scott's color. You're play-by-play.
Becky Lynch potentially hinted at returning to WWE at her appearance at Vulture Festival on November 17th. With a comment, well, I don't know, it was a weird comment that she mentioned. It goes, if you think I'm going out with Dominic Mysterio, and then proceeds to slam the door, that's not going to happen. But it was also the fact that Lynch also said at the same time that she also has a lot going on and she's very happy with what she's doing. But I keep hearing more and more as time floats that Becky Lynch is kind of might be coming back sooner rather than later, because Mike Johnson of PW Insider wrote that Lynch is expected to be back in action by WWE Raw on Netflix when it premieres in January.
Oh, so the thing, the Rumble's in February, and by the time Raw on Netflix starts airing, that'll be that's January. You guys don't think she'll be a surprise entrance at the Women's Rumble?
I don't think she'll be a surprise.
Nah.
I think, going off of what Scott said and PW Insider and all that good stuff, I wouldn't be shocked if she makes her return at the Netflix debut. So the first episode of Raw on Netflix, which I've vaguely... I forgot what day exactly. I know it's the first...
It was the first week of January, right?
It is the first week of January. I want to say... It should be the 6th. That's the first Monday in January.
There you go.
And that sounds right, based on what I've seen from advertisements, is January 6th for the debut. I would not be shocked, because Becky Lynch is synonymous with Raw at this point. I wouldn't be shocked if she opens the show. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if Raw comes on the air on Netflix. You know, you have Michael Cole do his big introduction or whatever. I don't know if they're going to move Michael Cole to Raw instead of SmackDown with Pat McAfee. I don't know, because I know Pat McAfee's scheduled to return next year.
I miss him.
So I wouldn't be shocked if they move Michael Cole over to Raw, bring Pat back, and then take Wade Barrett and fucking Joe Tessitore and move them over to SmackDown. Or maybe you have like Wade Barrett and Corey on SmackDown, and Joe Tessitore can do something else. I don't know, but I wouldn't be shocked. So you have your whoever's doing commentary do like the big intro, like "Welcome to Monday Night Raw and this history." on Netflix and yada yada yada. And as they're talking, boom, they hit Becky's music. She comes out and she does her whole spiel like, I'm back, here I am, blah blah blah. And there we go. And that's how we book a Becky Lynch return. Cat.
Well, that's certainly Well, that's certainly in like really, really dynamite way to like open up a show, especially one as big and monumentous as the new era of Raw on Netflix. Honestly, like if we're talking like, okay, we need to start this off with a bang in terms of sheer star power, it's either, as you said, Dom with Becky, and if not Becky, probably Cena.
Cena's 100% going to be on that show.
He said he was going to be.
Yeah.
He said it at the retirement announcement.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, yeah. And because like he's like his current career path is legend among legends, he'll probably bounce back and forth between Raw and SmackDown.
I feel like Cena's just gonna wind up kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
I know we're kind of getting a little sidetracked, but you know what, we have time. I did see a theory that someone came up with that I kind of liked, and that's so I know we kind of alluded to it last week on the podcast and about Gunther specifically, how his like aura, his mystique seems to be like fading. Like he's not as much of a threat as he was when he was the IC champion, right? Because he was unstoppable with the Intercontinental Championship. But with the Heavyweight Championship, it's like he's winning certain matches, but like he lost to Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel, and then Damian made a comment, he's like, oh, you wouldn't have won if it wasn't for Finn Balor, this and that. So it's like I wouldn't be shocked if they turn around and have him like kind of be his own demise in a way. So like maybe like he goes off and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna prove that I'm not fading like everyone thinks I am. I'm gonna challenge John Cena at the Royal Rumble for my heavyweight championship, and Cena beats him.
And that's how he breaks.
That's how he gets. Yeah, that's how he holds the record. That's his 17th world title win, and then they can move it to somebody else in like a month or so.
Yeah, you never
just have
really
a big time match with like Seth Rollins or something at Mania, or even like if they want to pull the IC title off Braun Breaker again and have him go after the heavyweight championship too, that would be too bad.
That wouldn't be too bad either. Me personally, I've heard that theory on.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. I heard that theory on all my socials as well. Cena capturing the number 17th win off of Gunther. Me personally, I would have that happen at Mania just to give it a big Mania moment, especially seeing as how 41 will be the 20th anniversary of the very first time John Cena ever captured gold, all the way back at WrestleMania 21. So it could be like a good way to bookend.
It wasn't his first title. That was his first world title.
Did I not say first world title?
You just said first time capturing gold because the year before at 20 he won the United States Championship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he AA'd the Big Show.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I guess that's always something that I don't know. I never hear a lot of people talking about his 17th championship. I just constantly hear people who they would like to see him first.
Yeah.
I figure it's something that we have to see. Because especially for us who've seen him from beginning to end, he got 16 championships like Ric Flair. You won it any way possible with every new possible way to win it that came out. You were one of like the first people ever to just win the championship that way. But to go with Becky Lynch and what she was saying, it's kind of funny hearing a comment about Dom Mysterio because I feel like every new wrestler who comes in, we always have that first thing behind our head saying, oh, let's see if they're the new person to date Dom. Because now I kind of have a feeling that he's going to leave Liv for Raquel, which would be really funny.
Yeah, no, like I've said this multiple times. At this point, his gimmick is he's wrestling Pete Davidson.
Yeah, for real. It's so It's so funny to me because it's like every women's wrestler that crosses his path is like either on him or like makes a comment about him or something. I'm like, damn. Because you had the whole thing with Tiffany Stratton before Crown Jewel where she's like, oh, if I cash in and I take that title, do I get him too?
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I feel like that's just become the joke for creative at this point. It was like, who can we pair Dom up with now?
Mm-hmm.
And with Becky Lynch, teasing, it comes up very more often as the years coming down. You're hearing more often of Becky Lynch possibly returning, her constantly saying that she's good where she's got what she's doing right now. But this is a pretty humongous step in WWE to be going to Netflix, especially for both parties. And we'll talk about the Netflix topic again later on. But
I think Netflix is going to be a recurring theme.
I don't see her denying any longer. The money's just going to be too good to pass up. I mean,
well, not even that. I don't think it's a money thing. I think it's more she's just busy being a mom.
Yeah.
And she wanted to do that. Mm-hmm. Because you got to remember, it was no secret. She came back after having her daughter very fast. Like, she did not wait very long.
Yeah. Was it a premature birth?
No. I'm saying it was. She had the baby, but like she didn't like stay out very long. Like Alexa Bliss had her baby and she's still out. Like, it's been over a year at this point. You know what I mean? So it's like Becky came back as soon as she could to still be in this. They travel with the baby all the time. That kid goes with them to every show that they're at, which is makes sense. That's why they're on the same show. That's why they're both on Raw. But eventually, like you get, it's exhausting. It's a lot to do. It's a lot to put on a kid too. So it's like you want to let the kid be a kid. Let Becky be a mom. Let her do her thing. But if I had to guess, like she's probably going to come back sooner rather than later, simply because of the fact that she misses it. And now Seth is on the road all the time, so she's not with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also not the worst thing that the kid. I mean, yeah, you want the kid to stay at home, have a great life at home, but this could be something that it really looks forward to doing through its life growing up.
Absolutely.
Possibly doing school on the road because now there's online classes. Learning, she'll probably have a new future wrestler because she already seems to be enjoying it. Putting her in like little, like she was in their daughter was in a few like little scenes together,
like vignettes that Becky made for social media.
Yeah, and she seemed pretty happy about it.
Well, I mean,
not like
when you're a toddler, it's easy to be excited about anything.
Yeah,
not like Daniel Bryanson's daughter, who's really like, even though that was a skit saying "Please don't cry when I want Daddy home," it really kind of felt like she wasn't just acting that; she really meant that. Just stay home. Like the other one, their child seemed to like it, and plus. Both parents are there. It's not like one's home and one's working. You should still be traveling.
Right now, one is home and one is working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seth is on the road and Becky's not. But
if she does come back, there's always that bonus of you have both parents now.
Yeah, and I mean, granted, like Becky and Seth really didn't do a lot of house shows when they had the baby and everything because they were busy. Triple H has been really good about that kind of stuff. Like he wants the wrestlers to focus on themselves more than the company because that's what it should be. Like Vince was more concerned with putting on the best show possible no matter the cost. So it was like, Triple H talked about it years ago. He was like, we're on the road like 300 days a year. It's like a typical week for a WWE superstar back in the day was, if you're on Raw, it's like, all right, you fly out Sunday to whatever city you're going to be at. You get to the hotel, check into the hotel. The next morning, you go out to the arena, get your workout in, start, working, figuring out your match, talking to the guy you're working with, whatever. Put on the show. Mm-hmm. Once the show's over, you hop in the car, drive over to the next town that you're going to be at because you got like a house show booked for Tuesday in the next town over. a day off on Wednesday, but you're on the road because you got to get to the next town on Thursday for another house show, and then a house show on Friday, and then you're off Saturday. Like you finally get to go fly home Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And then you're back, do it all again Sunday night. So it's like you know, there's like never any kind of free time. You're always away from home.
No.
You know, but now Triple H is like kind of, you know, giving them a little more leeway to do what they want to do. So it's like, you know, someone comes in and they're like, I don't want to work 4 house shows a week plus SmackDown. He's like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, right.
Just give them a valid reason and call in beforehand.
Exactly.
You know?
Not even that. It's just more a matter of it's better for the longevity of your wrestlers because they're not working as hard, well, as much.
Mm. Plus, you don't really necessarily need to have your top superstars in house shows all the time. You have a big roster. I know there's wrestlers there that they aren't really on TV as much, so those can always
so they do a lot of the house shows.
For house shows, it's just as good seeing like a mid tier or a low tier wrestler trying to get their shine at a house show.
Not even that. It's also you got to remember the people put like the big name stars, like they'll put like Roman Reigns on a house show every now and then if he wants to do one.
Yeah.
Or like Cody will do a house show every now and then. And it's good that they do that because that sells tickets. You know, because at the end of the day, it is a business. So it's like you're not going to sell, you know, obviously they do the house shows at MSG every now and then. Like, especially around now, like during the holidays, they do a lot of house shows at MSG. And you're not selling that out without some kind of star power. Like, you need somebody there that's going to be a draw. You know, you're not going to sell out MSG if, like, the biggest star you have is Tiffany Stratton. You know?
I was going to say Karrion Kross.
But you get my point. Yeah. You know, without some kind of major champion there, like a Cody, a Roman, a Seth. Like, you need Seth Rollins at those shows. You know, you need CM Punk to show up to those house shows because that's what's going to sell the tickets. But yeah, I mean, all in all, like, you could tell the wrestlers are definitely happier under, like, the TKO Triple H regime. Because they, you know, they get a little more leeway. They're prioritizing their families first and things like that instead of constantly being on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like I said, you're going to get more longevity because, like, instead of working 5 shows a week, you're doing like 3 or 2.
That's not bad.
Which isn't great. It isn't terrible. You know, your body can only take so much.
Mm-hmm. And no, I 100% agree. And plus, like, that's another upside to having, like, the massive roster that WWE has. Like, oh, okay, I'll get this, and this so-and-so group of people and have them do these pay-per-views for X amount of month while these guys are out. And then after these guys who's currently on TV, their storylines wrap up, we can bring in so-and-so and so forth and have that, and they can take time off. Yeah, it's a really good way of talent management.
Yeah, and the way Triple H likes to book, he doesn't like to have the same people involved in every single storyline like Vince did. You know,
yeah, exactly.
You know, so it's like if someone needed to take a month off, it's like, okay, great, yeah, finish up the story, you can take your month off, and then when you come back, we'll have a new thing for you.
So I think this is a good time because you mentioned talent, and there was one on the post on our Discord that I sent you. I didn't have a picture to share with the group.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is a little bit more entertaining, and I'm going to read it backwards because the last name on this list is going to be the one that gets you guys interested. But talent has currently been signed to WWE, a lot of new, young, new talent. And there's one especially that once I say their last name, you'll definitely know who this person is.
Right.
But I have a list of talents and what they did. So sorry if I get these names messed up, but Trillion Williams played football for University of Syracuse, was drafted in the SummerSlam tryouts, and give or take, all of these wrestlers but one was picked up from the SummerSlam tryouts.
Okay.
Haley Montoya, who was who did women's volleyball for the University of Buffalo.
Okay.
Very nice.
Serena Linton, former WWE NIL, NCAA All-American gymnast for Arkansas and Arizona.
Nice.
Okay.
Kyle Klink, former football linebacker. Chase Klein, a former football linebacker, another one. Darcy Kahn, the track and field. Bailey Humphrey, gymnast. Camden Gannon, former defensive lineman.
Ooh.
Corinne Best, track and field. And the last name on this list is Lance Anoa'i.
Oh, another Anoa'i.
Anoa'i.
Oh.
He is the last person that was. He was the first person that they mentioned, but I mentioned.
Yeah, because that's the biggest name
for the
hype.
Yep, so, exactly. The last name definitely got it.
So obviously, a direct relative of Roman Reigns and the Anoa'i family, but
I don't.
So whose kid is he? Like, do we know?
No, but I'm pretty sure their uncle is Rikishi.
Well, yeah, because that's he would be, he has the same last name as Roman Reigns, which means he's either related to Alpha or Sika.
Yeah, he's either Roman's brother or cousin.
Yeah,
he's either closer to Roman, The Rock, or Rikishi. Those are the three like power trios right now that are delivering
and again,
and Umaga.
And again, all those guys lead back to the High Chief.
High Chief Maivia.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But I mean that's awesome. I mean that just goes to show that this NIL program that they're doing with the college athletes is paying off. Yeah. Because now, think about all that talent. Like, they signed 11 people.
Yeah,
out of those 11 people, probably 6 or 7 of them will go into the NXT program. Because right now, all they're doing, they're just doing workouts at the Performance Center. If they're just signed to WWE as athletes.
Yeah.
So that means they're just working out in the Performance Center. They're doing their thing. They're refining their skills, and then they'll do more tryouts to see if they can get on to NXT.
Scott, I'm sorry, Zom.
No. Well, the only thing I was going to say is now with this WWE ID situation, they could turn around and be like, okay, well, you're going to go do shows at this school, at Booker T school, because you're not ready for NXT, but we think you can learn something, which I'm assuming would be part of why they would do this WWE ID thing is okay, well, there's an ID school near where you live, so you don't have to relocate just yet. And you're going to go there and you're going to learn. And you're going to learn how to do shows and cut promos and things like that. Because I don't know if Seth's school does shows, like showcase shows, like that. Because I know Booker T's does. But I don't know.
New Japan school does shows.
Yeah. A lot of the wrestling schools do shows just to get their locker room used to performing in front of a crowd outside of showing up on WWE television.
Scott, did the website you were reading off of, did they list any of Lance's accomplishments or sports acumen?
I can look it up.
No, all they did was mention the name, but for the the unnamed ones, they mentioned where they came from.
Yeah, he's an Anoa'i. That's his acumen.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah.
But it's definitely good. I've definitely some of those linebackers. So, hopefully one of them make it because those linebackers, they definitely have the look, give or take their size.
Refresh my memory. Is Roman's father was Alpha or Sika?
Roman's father was Sika.
Okay, so he is the grandson of Alpha. Lance.
So he's Roman's nephew.
Yes. He is 32 years old. Born in February of 1992. So he's 32. He was wrestling in MLW at Major League Wrestling. He is a former MLW Tag Team Champion. And he wrestled at Pro Wrestling Noah at one point.
Ooh. Yo, you teach a Samoan strong style, he's gonna fucking headbutt a guy's soul out of his body.
That's
But yeah, he debuted.
That's definitely dangerous there.
Yeah, debuted on April 3rd, 2010, with MLW.
Oh, so he's been around.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to look up some of his stuff.
Yeah. So, which, mentioning the NOIs, it's kind of disappointing knowing that the fifth members are going to be Rollins and Bronson Reed.
I still don't think it's going to be Rollins. I think you got a better chance of it being CM Punk.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the way the story's going, it
does seem a little obvious.
He's going to want to join just to stop Bronson.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm just looking. He's shown up on WWE television in the past.
What?
On January 2nd, 2015 edition of WWE SmackDown, he teamed with Bret Titus in a losing effort against The Ascension. On February 1st, 2017, he competed in a losing effort at a WWE NXT event against the Authors of Pain. His appearance was related to a tryout that he was having with WWE. In April 2019, he fought at another WWE tryout on the May 27, 2019 show of WWE Raw. Anoa'i faced Shane McMahon representing the Anoa'i family. He would lose the match by submission after Drew McIntyre attacked him. After the match, he was beat down by McMahon and McIntyre before Roman Reigns made the save.
All right. So he has experience being on TV before.
And then he signed with WWE at the SummerSlam event, and he's currently assigned to the NXT brand. He's yet to make his debut due to an injury.
That sucks. How long ago did he get injured?
I have no idea. It doesn't say. I'm just reading the wiki.
I gotcha. Still, that'll be... This is going to be a long shot. Like a long shot.
I doubt he would be the fifth member. I don't know if he would be ready for that just yet.
No.
Yeah.
Especially,
too late.
Not even that. But like I said, I wouldn't be shocked. Because I can't see Seth taking back everything he said last week about never teaming with Roman ever again, simply because Bronson Reed is siding with Solo Sikoa.
No.
That makes no sense to me.
Bronson, as much as he hates Bronson, he hates Roman even more.
Exactly.
Rollins has no right saying anything. He started it all. He's the one. The reason Roman...
I know. He turned on Roman first, but still.
Rollins even mentioned it in the show. I created him because of what you did in the past. Like, you have no right to say, I don't...
Yeah, I think it's
you
more...
You have no right to be mad at Roman because you're the one that was the whole... You were the fire started.
I think it's more because of everything he did with the Bloodline.
Yeah.
And he was like... Because he said to Sammy, he's like, he manipulated all of you. Like, why would you still go back to him after all that?
I mean, if it wasn't for a failed attempt, I'm pretty sure Seth Rollins would have been the second coming of Jesus in the show. So again, he has nothing to say. He had Buddy Matthews, and let's not forget Austin Theory in kind of like a spell with the fact that they were
his disciples,
walking behind him.
Yeah, that's the cult leader.
Yeah, that was a very interesting choice on WWE's part. Let's go with a fucking Jesus persona for Seth Rollins, but he's
CrossFit,
but he's evil.
It seemed to go very well. I was ready for it.
It started off well, but it got old very quickly.
Yeah,
because he kept going after the announcers.
Not even that. I think what killed him. What killed that whole persona was the whole Rey Mysterio I feud. Like, that was the stupidest fucking thing. They're like, the I versus I match. Like, what? First person to lose an eye loses. I was like, that makes no sense.
And Rey Mysterio didn't lose his eye.
Yeah.
Also, if
magically, his eye is okay.
he has
He wore an eye patch for like one show, and that was it.
No, he wore it for a couple months. He had like
he had
an
a
eye patch on his
regenerative
mask.
healing.
Yeah.
Did you know wrestlers have regenerative healing factors?
If only.
But like no, like also
if that were the case, Ric Flair would still be wrestling.
Oh, you know he would. Also, to bring it back to what Scott said earlier about how like that kind of created Roman. If you really, really, really want to like get into it like that, he kind of created Dom too. Because think about it, he has the feud with Rey and Dominic Mysterio as the Monday Night Messiah. That shit fucking mentally breaks Dom, and the only way he can deal with this new lapse in psychosis is by sleeping with as many women as he can, and that's why he's so fucked up in the head right now. Because
No,
of Seth Rollins.
you and I both know he turned on his father because he wore Rhea's thighs like an earmuff when she choked him out.
Because
you want to hear something funny? I think you mentioned something like it before. You mentioned Ric Flair, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
He made a comment that was actually pretty funny when I saw it on TikTok. He wants to be one of the wrestlers for Goldberg's last match.
What? Wait, oh my god.
Well, Goldberg did say he has some more matches left on his contract with WWE, so it's like he's not done.
Not Ric Flair. But
definitely not Ric Flair. Also, that man will die.
I also read another thing saying that even though DDP's wrestling career is over, he said he still has a few more diamond cutters.
Well, DDP is built different. I think DDP could go.
DDP is more athletic as us, and he's 69 years old.
Yeah. Nice.
I would say, I wouldn't want to see DDP do like a full on match, but I wouldn't mind.
He's done with that.
I wouldn't mind seeing him like show up at the Rumble, hit someone with like a couple cutters, and then get thrown out. You know?
Yeah,
that would be fun.
Hit a diamond cutter against Randy Orton, show him what the real move is.
No, don't hit it like on Randy. Like hit it like it's him and Randy are in the ring, and they do like a cutter v cutter. Like it's like there's like it's like it would be like Randy's in the ring, and like DDP comes out, right? But also in the ring is like Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, right? You put the two of them in there with them, and it's like whatever. Who cares? They're like basically they glorified jobbers at this point anyway.
Yeah.
And you could just have them get fucking abused by the two of them. Like they just hit like a couple cutters, and then like someone else comes out, and they gotta like fight each other for who gets to hit them with the cutter.
Yeah.
And then like Randy Orton can keep like the mystique of the Legend Killer and like hit DDP with the RKO and throw him out.
Yeah. Is DDP going to wear the bedazzled vest to the ring?
100%.
Good.
Yeah. And if he doesn't, I'll be very disappointed.
He's going to get a monster pop if that happens. I would love the DDP.
The Legends always get monster pops at the Rumble.
Yeah.
I mean, they get pops no matter what, but it's like...
Especially at the Rumble.
Speaking of Rumble, I remember since we were watching some throwbacks this weekend, what are the odds now that we have? Because he's been on WWE TV a couple of times these past few months, thanks to his son being the Intercontinental Champion.
Oh my
his nephew,
god!
Excuse me, his nephew. What are the odds that we get Scott Steiner? At the Rumble. Get Big Papa Pump.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You bust out his chainmail hat.
You just like, oh my god, the clock counts down. God. It goes 3, 2, 1. You hear the siren goes off.
Everyone thinks it's Braun.
Hear me.
And then that happens. I think people will fucking go nuts.
Oh my god. I would mark the fuck out.
You have Bronson Reed just get destroyed by like 3 wrestlers. You hear the sirens go off. They're like, is something wrong with Bronson Reed? And then like a few seconds later, because obviously it takes a little bit, it goes, holla, if you hear me. It's just pull the crowd a bit. Like,
no, but how
even though they never played the he comes out of an ambulance during his entrance. That.
It's just like the sirens go off and everyone thinks it's Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
But then it winds up being Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
And then maybe if he's up for it, maybe you get Rick fucking showing up too.
Can he still do the Frankensteiner?
I don't know. I have no idea. I know Scott's been working the indies a little bit.
Yeah.
Really?
While managing a show.
Scott Steiner's been. He does not a lot. He'll just do random appearances just because. Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
He's gonna walk. He's gonna see fucking Braun Breaker having a face off with Bronson Reed. He's gonna go and then he just hits Bronson Reed with a Frankensteiner and eliminates himself just to spite Braun Breaker.
Nah, I could see fucking Bronson Reed just getting jumped by 3 Steiners. Scott, Rick, and Braun Breaker.
I can't wait till the Royal Rumble.
I can't, dude. They all hit him with multiple Steiner recliners. Yeah. And then
they would never do that to Bronson Reed though. They would have to do that to Tozawa. Or Tozawa or some shit like that.
Yeah. Oh God. But yes, we're gonna have for those of you watching at home, get ready for a Royal Rumble predictions episode. It's not gonna be
it's gonna be a fucking mess.
But I think that's probably gonna be our longest episode yet.
Yeah. That's gonna take up the entirety of the episode.
Yeah. Just introductions. Okay, go. Alright, so that's Sir Bash, what else do you have for us this fine evening?
Oh wow. I'm not used to giving out so much news for you guys in a row. Oh well, this one I don't know if I kinda spoke this into existence. I know I gotta get Cap to watch the episode if he isn't already, because it's about our favorite wrestler. Not only our favorite wrestler, but our favorite wrestler's brother too. Jake Paul was on Impulsive and was asked whether he would consider coming to the WWE. And this is what Jake Paul said. He's like, I would love to, but I would want to be like your Paul Heyman. I wouldn't want to wrestle as much.
Oh, so he wants to be a manager.
Yeah, I could do some shit, but I'd want to be your sidekick business or some shit. Mainly saying you're gonna be a star. You're gonna be a WWE championship. They're, how their ego, they inflate their egos like that.
Yeah.
He's you're gonna be a WWE championship. You're gonna have that title. So I want to be your manager when that happens.
I mean, Jake.
It's definitely a great way to get even more heat. You get both fucking Paul brothers together. And I could, you know what? I could respect him wanting to take his backseat to Logan and be like, I'll just be your mouthpiece and I'll just talk while you do the in-ring shit.
Yeah.
But
I mean, at this point, Jake Paul is literally every.
He's already a heel.
Yeah, no, his real, he already mastered the art of being every evil 80s action movie European sex trafficker villain that gets killed off by Jason Statham in the first.
Not even that. Even if he just showed up, if he simply showed up on fucking SmackDown this week, he would get booed out of the building simply for 2 reasons. 1, his last name. 2, the Mike Tyson fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was bullshit. Pure,
I was so happy
bullshit.
I was so happy not caring and being like, I'm just going to go to bed. Because
I did the same thing.
What was going to happen?
No, not even that.
What was going to happen, Scott?
I didn't get the luxury of being able to sit down and watch the fight simply because of the fact that I had to be up at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning to go to work.
He's too old.
No, dude, I watched the fight the next day. Yeah. And there was so many times in the first round where, because Mike Tyson does this thing, one of his signature things is he slips the jab, and he'll slip right under your jab and fucking just overhand right hook and just knock you the fuck out. And there was 3 separate times in the first round that I noticed
where he could have done that,
where he slipped it, cocked, and stopped, and he just didn't go for it. And I'm because he's
his
fuck.
Glove?
No, yeah, and he kept biting his glove because he was pissed. He did not want to fucking throw that fight, but you could see it in his face. He was like, he was, I better not knock this guy out. He's paying me a lot of money.
100% through this fight, bro. That's BS. I didn't think Mike would have been the person to be persuaded like that.
Oh yeah. Well, look at the fucking the Mayweather Conor McGregor fight. That was a load of fucking bullshit too.
Yeah,
that might be the next fight.
He just Mayweather Jake Paul?
He called out McGregor. He called out multiple people. McGregor was one of them.
He called out what was it? Conor McGregor. He called out fucking oh my god, I can't think of his fucking name.
He called out Muhammad Ali.
No,
wanted to dig up
he's
his Deadpool style.
He's the current welterweight champion, I think, for
Canelo.
Not Canelo. The other one, Garcia.
I think it's Garcia.
Ryan Garcia. Also, the conspiracy theory of being trapped to the islands and stuff.
Yeah.
Him, he had a big thing,
Yeah, him and Canelo, but still. I'm like, bro, the second he fights someone that's not fucking practically a senior citizen, he's fucked.
Yeah. Masvidal, I can probably see him beaten because Masvidal's not a boxer; he's an MMA fighter, and
it's a weird transition. Right?
Yeah.
Scott, also your camera's a little low, you're cutting off half your head, so you might want to get that up.
I can't fix it. I need the new one. I should have bought one a while ago, but it's not gonna do anything. I can't do anything about it. I can't do anything about it. It's whatever.
It's a little better now.
That's better.
I'll get it. I gotta buy a new one. I've been stalling on that, but I don't. Masvidal, I see him beaten, obviously. McGregor's not going to be someone that's going to want to get paid off. You talk shit to him, he's going to want to fuck you up.
He already got fucking paid off by Mayweather. What are you talking about?
And then we obviously know because I kept hearing people say Tommy Fury was not really that good of a boxer, and you even lost to him. So Canelo, you're going to get destroyed in 10 seconds.
Canelo would fuck him up in the first round.
Yeah,
Ryan Garcia will probably play with you because he is smaller, but he's probably still better than you.
Yeah, because here's the thing with Garcia, it's a difference of weight classes. That'll never be a sanctioned fight, so it wouldn't matter. But if he fights Canelo, I'm pretty sure they're pretty close to the same weight class, so it probably could get sanctioned.
I think Jake's something about 200 weight class.
Yeah, something like that. Because I know the Tyson fight was a legit fight. It went on record and everything, which is really unfortunate. I think is really fucking stupid.
Gross.
But if he goes in a sanctioned fight against someone like Canelo, who is an active fighter, he's not going to want to fuck around and play.
Because then he'll find out.
Because he won't care about the fucking money. Because it's I need to protect my record. I'm gonna fuck this dude up. I need
to show him what real boxing is.
Yeah, because it's not even that. What annoyed me the most about the Tyson fight was you look at it, and you look at the videos of Tyson training and everything, and he was training hard. He was going in, working very hard to get himself back into shape and ring ready. And he was doing fantastic, in my opinion. He looked stellar.
Oh, he looked amazing.
But that's what I'm saying.
He didn't lose.
It didn't show at all in the ring. Either he was holding back or it didn't hold. I don't know.
He was holding back. Let's be real.
There's no way that was him giving 100%. He had to be holding back.
Can't punt at this time.
And then,
I went off the
even if Jake Paul was because I constantly saw Jake Paul running around, which is an obviously good tactic.
Well, yeah, that's a great tactic for someone that because you wear him out.
So Tyson would have cornered you and just treated you like a punching bag in the corner.
That's what I'm saying.
And plus, your height is nothing because Tyson's fought people bigger than Jake Paul.
Always, yeah. But that's the whole thing. That's what kind of irritated me just from watching it. I'm like, these two things don't match.
Yeah. One of these things is not like the other.
Exactly. But
I mean,
Anyway.
I'll say this right now. I always thought Jake Paul was a joke, him and his brother. So
You're not alone.
I'm willing to call them out. I wish they can respond to me, even though I probably know they won't. But
nah,
you guys are a joke. You really like Logan Paul. You like Jake Paul. I like a little more, but Logan Paul, you're lucky you're still on social media. Like, let's be clear. Like, we still remember you as a crybaby. So
yeah, for real.
You
Anyway,
you hear it on the push, ladies and gentlemen.
You heard it here on the push. Scott Bash is fighting. No, I think it's about time we take a break and we hear from our favorite residential weeaboo, Francis. What do you got? What's going on in the land of the rising sun?
We got a new match on Wrestle Kingdom's card next year. It's going to be for the IWGP Women's Championship, as Ayu Sawatari will take on, I forgot her name, fuck, what was it again? I literally just posted the whole thing.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I am. I was too busy. I had her name right in my head, and
a little better, but it's still bad.
But then you resurrected my hatred for the polls, and I was like,
AZM.
oh, great, now. Thank you. This match was announced on the aftermath of the Stardom crossover event with New Japan earlier this weekend. And there are a lot of matches that they're building to slowly towards at the next year's Wrestle Kingdom. Obviously, Gabe Kidd versus Kenny Omega, and now the Women's Championship match. I'm excited for this one because I think this is like the first time, or at least first time adjacent, where New Japan is having a major emphasis on Joshi style wrestling. Now, for those of you who don't know, Joshi style pro wrestling is a form of Japanese wrestling where they take two girls who look like adorable Sailor Moon characters and have them just go all to town on each other, straight up unadulterated UFC style. And Ayu and what was her name again, Don? I'm sorry, the other girl?
AMZ.
Yeah, Ayu and AMZ are two of the hardest hitters in all of Stardom. If either one of you guys have the time, I highly recommend looking up a highlight vid or either one of these girls. They are fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And I am here for it. I know, Scott, the only match you would probably be interested the most at Wrestle Kingdom is going to be watching Gabe take on Kenny, which, like, they've already started building for that. Because I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but after, I think it was Strong Style Evolved, I could be wrong, after Kenny made his return at New Japan, he immediately shot a backstage vignette where he and Gabe got into a kayfabe backstage brawl.
Yeah, that's awesome. My favorite, my brother in hatred.
Yeah,
with AEW, I love him.
The only man who can match Scott's level of hatred, the madman Gabe Kidd.
I love him.
Remember,
even
kids,
though I probably think he's, knowing how wrestling storylines go, he's probably not going to win because of a new return.
Actually, I mean, he might. Kenny's cool like that. Kenny has zero problem putting over younger guys.
We also might not see Kenny Omega in AEW again. He's saying he's he's letting the talent that's there. Yeah, he's letting the talent that's there just take control.
Yeah, we talked about that last week too.
Yeah.
And he's probably gonna go wait out the rest of his AEW contract doing crossovers with New Japan. Because that's the smart thing to do. We were saying that yeah. We thought, Dom, you good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just looking at social media to see if there's any news.
Yeah. I don't know if Japanese Triple H, aka Tanahashi, is going to be fighting anyone just yet. They haven't announced the opponent for Zack yet, which is really interesting to me. If anyone the biggest one that was going around everyone's lips is have Zack fight Tanahashi, but Tana's getting up there, and Zack, Zach's probably not the best guy to pair him with. Because, like, all in the respect of the world to Hiroshi Tanahashi, he's. Look at a picture of him now and look at one of him like 5 years ago. You can see a difference. And, like, again, like Triple H, he's busy running the company right now. So
don't do that.
Yeah. Grant, like, and again, maybe he's like on Triple H's level where he can balance both running the company and being an active wrestler, but like, I don't think he should like put the strap on himself because obviously he's going to get a bunch of people saying, "Oh, you're booking yourself to win titles." Ugh. It's a no-win situation. You know what I mean, you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, so sorry.
No, that's all. No, that's good. You can go. I'm
Yeah,
done.
it seemed like he was done.
Okay, so I did see one thing that's been sparking a lot of rumors on social media lately. Triple
us.
H was recently at I forgot whose concert it was.
A metal band?
No,
Taylor Swift.
no.
God,
No,
no.
that always seems to be the answer. So I took a guess.
Travis Scott. Sorry.
Yes.
So he was at a Travis Scott concert recently,
Nice.
and he presented Travis Scott with a new custom version of the WWE Hardcore Championship, where
he did.
it looked very similar. Let me rephrase.
The old one?
No, it pays an homage to the old Hardcore title, where it was like the broken belt with all the duct tape and it said Hardcore on it, right? Yeah. But instead of being the Winged Eagle, it was the red Universal title.
That's actually really smart.
So it was the red Universal Championship, but it was all broken up and it had the duct tape. It says Hardcore on it. I'm gonna look for like a good picture of it so we could post it on Instagram later. But
nice.
It's been sparking a lot of rumors that the Hardcore title may be poking its head back in with Netflix, because when it comes time for Netflix, that means no more censors, no hardcore censorship. So they could swear, they could say fuck if they wanted to, they could show way more blood, they could be way more graphic.
I am so behind this because that is literally my favorite title is the Hardcore title. And I wanted it back, but they gave us this shitty-ass 24/7 championship. And, I can't. I really hope that's true. I would love to have that back. But, that would definitely shake up a lot of things.
I do love the look of that title that he gave to Travis Scott. Like, I think it looks fucking sick.
Yeah. Travis Scott's going to be at the first episode of Raw on Netflix.
I think that's a big part of why he did that, was to like kind of advertise. So he's like, hey, listen, he's going to be here. You should watch. Mm-hmm. But I love the look of it. I think it looks fantastic. I think it's a great idea. But I did see someone commented on the TikTok that I saw, and it basically said they should have did that, but with the 24/7 title. Like, take the 24/7 title that Nikki Cross threw in the garbage, and like break that up and like turn that into the Hardcore title, because it would be funny. Because like that's what it was supposed to be. Because that was the last title that anyone really saw get like discarded, right? Yeah. Because if you really think about it, the red Universal title never got like thrown away or anything like redesigned. It just Bray Wyatt changed it from red to blue. And on screen, it was just like you saw the strap change. Obviously, it's a new belt, but keeping kayfabe alive here. He used his powers to turn the belt blue instead of red because he got moved to SmackDown. Huh?
I mean, I can imagine like a reason why they went with the red Universal.
Oh, they went with the red one because it's Netflix.
I was going to say because of blood and Hardcore.
Well, no, because it's on Netflix and it's on Monday Night Raw. Both of those things are red. Do the math. It's kind of similar thought process as like when they had like the SmackDown and the Raw Tag Team Championships. It's like one has a red strap and the other one has a blue strap.
Thank God those belts are gone.
The Universal Championship was almost always exclusive to Raw and it had a red strap. Bray Wyatt moves to SmackDown. Oh, now it's blue.
Thank God those belts are also gone.
Yes. I'm very happy with the title belts we have now. I think they look absolutely fantastic.
It
out
seems
of
to be
out
a
of
good,
the modern
grouping.
Yeah, out of the modern titles, I would say they look the best that they have in a long time. I'm very happy, especially with the fucking tag team titles.
Yeah.
I
Which ones?
hate both of them. I hated those fucking like the
Giant
big
nickels?
fucking nickel that you would wear on your belt on your waist. I'm like, it was the
small round
stupidest.
ones that we had for like 10 plus years.
The original tag team titles where it was the bronze plate with the black strap, and then it transitioned to the two brands with the silver plate, and I'm like, these are fucking disgusting looking. Like they're so boring. Like,
and they make them look so inferior to the other titles.
They look like a joke. And I'm like if I was a wrestler, I wouldn't want that. Like I wouldn't want this fucking boring ass title. I want like the ones we had in the 90s and the early 2000s. Those tag team title belts looked fucking awesome.
Yep.
Right.
And now the SmackDown titles luckily look just like them. So good. And I do like the Raw titles though. I'm not gonna lie. The Raw tag titles, they look pretty sick with the kind of big gold inspired.
Yeah. Speaking of the Raw tag team titles, a certain team is advancing in the tag team tourney to capture the Raw tag belts. The new number one contenders, the War Raiders.
Who has the Raw titles?
Currently the Judgment Day.
Yeah, and I'm hoping
good.
Yeah, we're hoping that the War Raiders pull a Motor City Machine Guns and just take it off them, please, for the love of God.
All right, good, because I kind of want to see that title change. They haven't done anything the whole time they had those titles.
You are not the only one, brother.
Yeah.
You are not the only one.
The War Raiders with their name back finally would be great, because the guy, I think Eric did an amazing job at the Solos run. Really impressed a lot of people.
That was
with
Ivar.
His teammate back.
Ivar.
It was Ivar. All right.
Eric was the one that was out on an injury. Because
he tore his ACL, right?
He tore his ACL, but he also got into like a big motorcycle accident.
Oh,
so luckily he's fine. Obviously, he's back in the ring.
Yeah.
And then we'll have two good champions.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Sarah Logan's pregnant again.
Nice.
I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, she has to stay. She has to stay.
No, she left.
Oh, she left? Damn.
I could be wrong. I don't know.
We'll look it up later and clarify it.
I'm going to look it up now because it's going to fucking bother me.
Yeah. Tisms, we got him. But yeah, I do miss Sarah Logan too, Scott. I missed her as Valhalla. She was a really interesting take as a manager. But and this isn't a shot against her. The War Raiders do fine when it's just the two of them. But having Valhalla did add a little spice to her. But she's off doing mom bear things, which is fine. Let a woman be. But how long? If we find out how long ago she had the baby, you said she's not signed with the company, right, Dom?
No, she is currently, but I think she stepped away.
Yeah, I never heard she got kicked. I never heard of her getting kicked, but
no, she didn't get cut again.
Yeah, no, talking about women
wrestlers. April 2024, she announced her second pregnancy.
Okay, so yeah, no.
So
congratulations.
There's a rumor. I've seen another rumor, and I don't know how I like this pairing, but I keep hearing Alexa Bliss going to what's it called? God, I keep forgetting their name because it pisses me off. The Final Testament.
You mean the other Judgment Day from Wish?
Yeah, Judgment Day 2.0.
Judgment Day 2 Electric Boogaloo.
I
keep hearing her appearing there, but I don't know how I feel because I feel like that it's a failed group that they won't get rid of.
Stop trying
Like,
to make
I don't know if they're trying, like, if they do send her there, maybe they're just trying to get some more eyes on them to get, like, a little something.
Ugh.
But honestly, if you're going to have her come back in a heel faction, you might as well just stick her with the Wyatt Six.
Yeah, I was about to say, stop trying to make the final test. Stop trying to make the final testament happen. They're not going to happen.
But in my opinion, I don't think Alexa Bliss should come back to a faction at all. I think she needs to come back on her own and go after a title. Because it's even before she left, she was long overdue for a title run before she left.
Yeah.
They
Because
could go after Nia.
Maybe they do have history together.
They do have history, so it would not be
and then have her beat Tiffany Stratton when she cashes in.
Would she be the first woman to fail her cash in?
I think
so. I don't ever remember a female wrestler losing
every
a title.
Woman that had the briefcase successfully cashed in.
Yeah, I don't remember them losing it, but
Liv cashed in.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, Liv cashed in against Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Io Sky won the title when she had the briefcase.
That is also correct.
Yes. Asuka.
Bayley won hers.
Asuka never really cashed in, but she did win the title from it.
Yeah.
She transferred. Yeah, she's
because of Becky's pregnancy. Because they made it the kayfabe thing that the winner got the title because the belt was in the briefcase.
Which is fine.
Carmella cashed in successfully against Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
That was the
first one. Yeah, that was the very first one. She held it for almost a year.
Yeah, I don't think any of them lost their opportunity.
I don't think any woman has failed their cash in.
That's weird to think about.
I think that would be kind of cool if they had. I mean, as much as I would hate to see Tiffany fail to cash in, it would be interesting, I guess, because then that would warrant maybe Tiffany, a Tiffany and Alexa Bliss feud. Not even that, just a feud between the two of them.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Because you could have, if Alexa Bliss comes back, she's not going to be a heel. She's going to be a face.
Yeah.
She's going to get too much of a pop. People are going to be excited to see her. Mm-hmm. So I think it would make sense for her to go after Nia Jax. Or even if they wanted to, they could have... No, never mind. That thought doesn't work.
It's either have her come back solo and go after a title, or have her just join
the Wyatt Six.
Wyatts.
Yeah.
And just be a beloved villain.
Yeah.
Or not even a villain, just beloved face.
Yeah. Because everyone loves the Wyatt Six anyway, so even though they're technically heels.
Yeah.
No, but I would love to see her come back. Maybe she has... she comes back, she has a match with Nia.
Yeah.
Tiffany cashes in to make it a triple threat. Instead of cashing in at the end after the match ends, she cashes in early, halfway through the match, and she says, make it a triple threat, blah, 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 blah. And because then they could have she gets distracted by Nia, and then Alexa's able to capitalize, pins Tiffany Stratton, wins the title, right? And then they could have Tiffany Stratton and Alexa feud.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be pretty interesting. I would like to see that.
Yeah.
That and I just think their two styles of wrestling would be very interesting to watch together.
They're also somewhat similar character-wise.
To an extent, they're very similar character-wise, but the wrestling styles are very different. Where Alexa wrestles like a high flyer, almost
Tiffany's more bulky.
Yeah, Tiffany. Oh God, shut up! Stupid Alexa.
Oh my God. Those were the bane of my existence when I was living with my parents and watching Raw, and every time the TV said Alexa Bliss, Alexa
I don't know how to
respond
respond to that.
Oh God.
I gotta mute that bitch when we do this podcast.
Especially if Alexa Bliss comes back.
Especially if she comes back, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I think that would be really interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I got one more topic for myself, unless anybody has something else.
No, I think this might be it for us right now. Because we got time. We got time before War Games, so.
Yeah, we got time.
We'll end this on a good note, a good note for me. Speaking with Peter Rosenberg on Cheap Heat, CM Punk was asked a question regarding his time in AEW, and specifically the matches and the stories that were told. And so, of course, CM Punk's laughs, saying it's a loaded question, complaining about the question. But CM Punk said, he was asked if there was someone he didn't get to tell a story with that he wished he got a chance to.
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk was like, no, I feel like I wasted some matches on some people, for sure. But that is what it is. Some people understand the business and some people don't. I think everybody here understands the business. And that kind of interested me because who are the people do you think he did not want to be with?
Hangman Page.
I was going to say probably Hangman, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
That was the first legit. That was the name they predicted on the site I chose.
It's Hangman Page. It could literally not be anyone else other than Hangman.
They're like,
Page.
he didn't mention any names, but they were saying Hangman Page was
probably
what he meant.
Hangman, maybe like Jack Perry.
Yeah,
because I know
probably
they had like their big falling out.
Probably like the last few, like the last 3 or 4 feuds, because AEW was kind of treating them like in similarity how they treated Donald Trump in politics. They made CM Punk like such a terrible person, and then he comes back to WWE, and it's like people are saying, "Oh, he's very respectable. He's helped us out so much. Whenever we ask him a question, he has no problem staying there like a normal like legend." Like when they're chilling in the back, you can ask me anything. Like he was acting like that, and it's like, what are they talking about?
The sad part is, part of me, looking back at everything that happened with Punk at AEW, part of me wonders if he did this shit on purpose so he could get fired and go back to WWE.
I mean, yeah. Seeing how the Jaguars are doing this football season, it would kind of make sense that everybody will leave the Khan family.
Get the fuck out of here.
Lions! Lions!
Why are you cheering for the Lions? You're a fucking Steelers fan.
I love an underdog story. I don't know what. This is inspiring.
Fuck the Lions.
But the Steelers are doing good too.
Thank God.
Hey.
You had to ruin it, Francis. I was making references to the outside world, and you had to ruin it by rooting for the Lions.
Yeah, really.
I'm impressed. And hey, if it ever comes down to Steelers and Lions, I'm going Steelers all the way. Like, you guys are doing great, but you're not ready yet.
Bowl, but
bro, fuck that. The Lions suck. They were choking the first round of the fucking playoffs anyway.
But yeah, they really. I mean,
they're looking hot right now. But
when you look at what happened before and after CM Punk, and give or take that, I've had 2 topics on the decline of AEW's ratings. You can kind of see that it happened as soon as CM Punk started leaving, because it really awakened up a lot
honestly, it started before that,
and a lot of realizing a lot of it.
It really started before that. Honestly, I think the downfall, it was a moderate fall when Cody left. When Cody and Brandy left and Cody went back to WWE, they lost a lot of people. And, a lot of fans stopped watching. Because you got to remember, Cody was doing the booking.
Yeah.
That's why... But that's what I'm saying. When him and Kenny were doing the booking, that's why, that first year of AEW was so good. To the point where, they were almost doing better than WWE. But
they weren't... When CM Punk was in charge, you can kind of tell, he did listen to the fans to some extent, but there was a lot of, dream matches that we would have never thought would have been a dream match that ended up great.
Punk wasn't booking.
Punk wasn't booking anything.
No, Punk, but I'm talking about when they first started with Cody Rhodes, and he was
when
doing the
Cody and
stories and
Kenny were
stuff.
booking Punk.
Yeah, when they were booking at just
when
it. Period.
When Cody and Kenny were originally booking, it was a lot of like fantasy
when the Roster came
fantasy
out,
bookings and things like that. But it was like, there was good stories, there was good matches, like the people they had going up in feuds with each other made sense. Jericho was still really solid.
And they even knew the chemistry behind some wrestlers that we would never think of. And we were like, well, really? Like, we would be like, do we really want to see this? And then we wind up seeing it, and it's
amazing.
Like, oh, okay. That was great.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, the second Cody left and Kenny got hurt, so Kenny left. Now it's up to fucking Tony Khan and the Bucks to book everything. It was fucking terrible.
They're moving to smaller venues now.
Yeah, because they can't sell tickets.
Yeah.
I saw a post the other day. Fucking an episode of Dynamite. They sold, I think, like maybe 1,200 tickets of the 15,000 seats that were available.
Yikers!
Oh, that's like WNBA numbers.
Not even 10% of the arena was sold.
Yeah, that's WNBA numbers before Caitlin Clark. That's crazy.
But that's the thing. It's like, you look at these things and it's like, AEW, you can't say AEW is doing well when they can't even sell the fucking bottom bowl of an arena. It's like, so they're gonna go to what? They're gonna go to like college hockey rinks.
I mean, that's what TNA is doing, and they're doing fine.
Yeah, but that's good for TNA.
Yeah,
TNA was never known as that.
TNA could never compete with WWE in terms of ratings. They did try, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't sell like that. They don't sell tickets like that because they don't have like major draws that thousands of people want to see.
AEW kind of shot themselves in the foot by making their brand somewhat. Oh, we want to be. They didn't make their brand under the pretenses of we want to give wrestling to the fans. The main reason for them wanting to create AEW was we're tired of WWE. We want to be better than them.
Yeah.
And it's shooting them in the foot because now they're trying too hard to compete with WWE.
Exactly.
They failed when they got transferred over to Vince to Triple H because Triple H was going to struggle in the beginning. It was just shit so. And they really didn't capitalize on it.
He mainly struggled at first because Vince was still trying to hold on to what little power he had.
So they could have taken advantage and tried to do something, but
and they failed. But like once Vince was fully out of the picture, Triple H fucking took WWE through the fucking roof.
Then TKO was formed.
Going crazy.
And a bunch of other stuff happened.
Well, TKO was formed while Vince was still there. He was.
That's
still
right. That's right.
But then TKO voted him out of the board.
That lasted less than a day.
There was a point where WWE was having their shows like under 2 million, kind of hitting the 1.5 range, and then during that time frame, AEW was hitting 900 and 1 million viewers. And I don't know. We have to I'm pretty sure if we look really into it, we can find the change. Like we've probably mentioned it already, but something happened major that now that their number one show is barely over 600,000, and WWE is like comfortable over 2 million.
Oh yeah, they're consistent.
What it was. We said a bunch of times. Cody's gone. Kenny's killing his contract over in Japan. Thing's gone. Danielson's a part-timer.
Yeah. And that's it. All their big draws are gone, and they have nobody to put in their place.
Because they refuse to bump up the young talent, except for like Orange Cassidy.
Not even that. I think it's just they don't. Tony doesn't know how to book properly.
Yeah.
If he had someone who thought like Cody does and was good at booking, then that's a different story. Maybe we're looking at different. The only draw that AEW has right now is MJF. And
yeah.
And we all know the only reason he's still there is because the money is good.
Yeah.
Because Tony will pay him anything he wants, so he won't leave. But anyway, I believe that just about does it for us here at the Push. do want to say thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to feed Francis's favorite line in a second. Please make sure you check us out on all our social medias on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram at The Push Wrestling.
Nice plug.
Thank you. But on behalf of El Capitan, who could not be with us today because he was busy with work, I'm Dom.
Got Bash.
And I'm Francis.
Keep it pushing, everybody.
Ring that bell, Dom.